Okay folks, so just continuing working with the clips. We're just going to repeat the process of creating a walk cycle for the character. However, this time what we're going to do is we're going to embed it all within the first frame of the walk cycle and therefore generate a movie clip. So I'm starting with these three layers. I've removed the other layers from the previous animations. So I have my sky, the clouds and the ground. And here we'll find my template layer with a blank keyframe in place. So I'm going to begin by putting the first position of my walk cycle in place. And then what I'm going to do is right click on this keyframe, this image, convert it to a symbol. Now being a movie clip, we'll just call this walk. Hit OK. And what we're going to do is go inside this movie clip so that we can put down the rest of the frames. Now, similar to how we worked before, I'm just going to insert a frame number 3, so that my first image is lasting for 3 frames. Insert a blank keyframe, and I'll just zoom in so that we can see. I'll probably have to change this again so you can see it. And create manual skin and outlines so that I can marry this up in place. So I'll use frame 2. And what I'll do is I'll just create my blank keyframes just now, place the character, and then we'll look at editing those in a wee minute, making sure that they last over the 24 frames that we want them to. So blank keyframe again. Another 2 more. And last one. Okay, so we can now space these out similar to how we've done in previous tutorials. Move along for 2 spaces. Which will take you to 24 frames. Okay, so we'll call this walk movie, just to identify that we're inside the movie clip. So if I come back out again, now what's going to happen is this frame, again stretched over the duration of 240 frames, is going to mean that when I play the animation, the character should just play through that movie clip on the spot as he is. And he's got the clouds moving past him because they've already been tweened. Now, I could I may well want to keep the animation like that. There's not much difference for having him in here than we did have him in the centre. However, what I can do is convert this point to a keyframe and create a classic tween. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the character off screen to begin with, and at the end I'm going to move him. We need to just zoom out slightly, turn off manual skin so I don't need that one anymore. Holding down shift, constraining it onto the horizontal path. I popped him along to the end, which means he's going to move across the screen over those 10 seconds. Okay, so if we test the scene, okay, there we go. Now, similarly, what I could do is have the character following a Motion guide now, there's not much point in us creating a straight line motion guide when we can simply just say start point, end point, and by holding shift constrain it to a horizontal path. But similarly to how we did with the bird, we can do the exact same thing. If I pause the video for you, what I'll do is I'll generate a wee hill and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. Okay, so I've generated a hill, and what I've done is I've just deleted all the other lines apart from this line here, which was originally attached to the hill, and I just pulled it off because I'm now going to use this as my motion guide. So what I'm going to just do is go to Edit and Cut. I'm going to go up to the template layer, which is where my character is at the moment. Right click on that and create or add a classic motion guide. And then what I'll do is I'll just go to Edit, Paste in Place, and this is going to be my line that I'm going to use. Okay, so similarly to how we've done already, it should find that should snap in place. Right, so the character here on the template layer has snapped to the end point, or the start point rather, at the end of this line. Now what we need to make sure is that the character does the same thing at this point. So we'll move him to make sure the wee circle in place. And as you can see when playing the animation, he's following the curve. So if we test that scene, it's going to go behind or over the top of the ground, and it gives the illusion that he's walking down the hill. Now what we can do is along the way, at this point for example, we could convert this to a keyframe, and perhaps at this point convert it to a keyframe, and what we'll do is we'll just rotate the image ever so slightly, showing we continue at this angle. Until he straightens out. It's kind of running off the page here because this hill that I've generated, if I was to delete the original ground layer, I'm just going to hide or turn on the outlines. See, there's actually the base of the hill, which is causing them to walk off screen. I'll try moving the hill just now just to see if that makes a difference for that to start. Okay, so you can see that's pretty much in line with how it was originally. We need to grab the guide and do the same thing. Okay, which might mean the character might be off at the beginning. So I just need to make sure that he's where he needs to be, and that we have the end point where we want it to be also. Okay, so it's starting to straighten up round about just after this keyframe here. So what we'll do is we'll make sure that he's still at that angle until, let's say, around about this point here. So if we convert to keyframe, and what we'll do is just make sure that it's at this angle, test the scene, okay, and that's how you can go about editing the the tween or the motion tween following along a path. And remember that this character could be your own creation within the template layer, just in case of going inside it. And you can have all your layers generated inside here for your character, all your series of layers, things that are going on.